Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Buddhist, and atheist one too, and all in between. This is for the absolute bigger, better, positive, good God and truth of you. I just watched a show on Osiris today and the pyramids, and how the pyramids, right, match up with the Orion belt. So they're trying to say now that, that these pyramids can be directly attributed to Osiris's building them, and it's just a bunch of hoo-ha. I'm going to explain something to you. Osiris was the good truth of God of nothing. He said the dude got tore apart, and then his spirit pulled him back together, right? And then he descended to heaven. And let me explain the difference between fairy tales and reality check. Everything's made of atoms. These atoms are absolutely, positively bigger and better than all negativity that can destroy them, right? Or the good God and truth of them wouldn't be the absolute bigger and better of it here and now, okay? The neutral, nothing. Again, an atom is absolutely, positively bigger and better than all negativity that can destroy it. The neutral, nothing. Now, a lot of people tell you that atom, right, is made of a proton, a neutron, and an electron. And the proton's positive, and the neutron's neutral, and the electron's negative. But let me explain something to you. There is nothing neutral, and that neutron is only stabilized by the higher energy of the proton. And at one time, the Earth was a true sister reflection of the Son of God, the one God, the energy of the good God and truth of all I am. Absolutely, positively, have not a fateful doubt. The good God and truth, the bigger and better of all negativity. The atom man first evolved the triple mill of all I am. The only thing they stated by those Orion belts, right, is that those pyramids matched up to it. And Osiris threw the claim. But let me tell you something. There was megalithic sites all scattered through Egypt. Even the Sphinx, right, is older than anything Osiris did. So you explain that. You'll never do it. And I'll explain to you why. It's because history is a lie, man. And Osiris got there at the end of the game. You hear me? And he wasn't the beginning. He was the end. And everything he is a faith, which is fiction. Faith will always cross you negatively deficient of only crossing one more positive to be good as truth, the absolute bigger and better than any bad way of negativity, because it teaches all things cross good and bad, when all things that are good are only positive, and all things that are bad are only negative. If you take the positive, or you take the negatives and you only cross one more positive, you always add up good. That's by the physics and laws of all known reality, bigger and better than negativity. Let me explain something. If your body's tore apart, right, and you think you're going to pull yourself back together, well, that's not the positive, good God and truth of any man I ever seen. I'm going to explain something to you, right? Your atoms, right, are the energy of the dynamo of you, meaning they are the positive energy. Each one of them, right, is the good truth of that point on you to the bigger and better of you being here now in reality check, okay? And when you become so negative, right, but you're ripped apart at the seams, listen to me, that's the good God and truth of the neutral nothing. That's just negative as hell to you, and you're not coming back to bigger and better, no positive spirit from it. In reality check, that's the one neutral nothing of you, negative as hell, to the good God and truth of you. Listen to me. Only cross all you are of negativity back one more positive to add up good, as the good God and truth of you, till all the negativity subtracts to one neutral nothing up out of your reality. Just negative of you here and now being one more positive to be good as truth. Like I said, all creation of existence is made of atoms. These atoms from the inside out are only one more positive, good as truth, bigger and better than all negativity that can destroy them, or they would not be here and now, and neither would you, okay? So, check me out. They only bond one more positive, two or more, Christ-like, to make the good God and truth of all shape, form, and mass of reality check, not to exclude every dimension of time and space you can think of, and every shape, form, and mass of God you can think of, to the here and now reality check of all. Okay? Now, not to exclude every dimension of time and space you can think of, and every shape, form, and mass of God you can think of. The God of all, I am of forever lasting peace. One more positive from the inside out. Good as the good God and truth of all I am. Christ-like. Only crossing the bigger and better of all negativity until all subtracts to one neutral nothing up out of my reality check. And as far as Osiris is concerned, what he did, right, was not real. And that is a matter of faith. You hear me? It will never be a matter of good truth. Listen to me. Good truth states, right, that you are here now, absolutely positively, bigger and better than any negativity in the cosmos that could destroy you in reality check, okay? That's the good God and truth of you, no matter how you feel, okay? If you only cross one more positive from the inside out, good at 360 degrees, adding up, right? Good at 360 degrees, to the truth of all negativity only subtracts to one neutral nothing. How can you suffer out of existence, decay, disintegrate, die, a lie of faith, a bad way in reality of that? You can't. You hear me? Your faith is a devilishly delusional, nutty, fruity, Shiva shaft bushwhack on you. In the beginning, Pistis Sophia was an atom that split. And what happened is through her splitting, she created perversely, through the neutrons of her, a backfire of energy. All creation of existence to the reality check of the humanoid she-ape species, right? That was first evolved here after the initial inertia of all of existence was over, and we came back more positive than negative to the reality of creation, okay? Once that happened, the energy of the good God and truth of all I am focused through the sun, right, to the reality of earth, right? And the initial inertia of the negative charge of earth was over. It was one more positive of life, good-ass truth to the reality check of all mankind. And through the she-ape species that was there, right, incarnated in the cavern of woe, like the Coburn says, created the first woman through an orgasmic affair, right? Because anytime you're more positive, good as the truth of you, bigger and better than all negativity, that is an orgasmic affair, okay? So created this ape, right? Or created through this ape, the first Adam man first evolved of all I am, and made her a woman through the energy of it because she had an orgasm. And if you know anything about women, they're only creatures in existence, female, that can have an orgasm, okay? Everything that bred with the Adamite male first evolved, the triple male of all I am, right, became the God Kings who built the original geyser pyramid structure around the world. And it was all connected through water, and they were heating the water to use it to irrigate the world. They were using it as energy for the big machinery that they were using later on. You hear me? That actually built the pyramids. You know, how do you think they got these massive blocks up out of there? You hear me? And even though they were giant men doing great big things, they didn't do it by hand. You know, there was none of that. You hear me? Megalithic blocks are not moved by the hands of man. They're moved by the machines of them. And as far as we ever got to aliens, right, is the damn it man monkey Shiva shaft on us, right? Because everything didn't make the good God and truth of the pyramid structure around the earth, right, become less evolved. But let me tell you something about these less evolved, right, individuals, right? It was through the Shiva lineage, right? And I know that because all faith, right, is negatively deficient of crossing one absolutely positive and good. And when Pistis Sophia, right, crossed negative with negativity, she incarnated the devil of her through that energy. And through the neutrons of you, right, crossing negative with negativity, right? That's the decay and disintegration, the suffering, death, bad way of everybody, because that neutron's negative charge isn't being overwhelmed by the positive, good God, and truth of the proton. So in reality, chick, it's killing you absolutely to one neutral nothing every time you make a faithful decision instead of a rightful, truthful, good decision. You hear me? Bigger and better than the negativity of you. But if you're blind to it because you think you live in a good and bad world, an unevolved monkey world, you hear me? Right? It tells you that Osiris can tear himself apart and pull himself back together. Where's that happen? You hear me? Atoms only bond one, two, or more. Christ like to make the good God and truth of all shape, form, and mass of reality. And they only decay, disintegrate, and suffer out of existence and die, right? A radioactive Shiva shaft from the inside out of negative energy to the reality check of their matter, being one neutral nothing. Listen, only cross one with the Father, only cross one with the Son, only cross one with the God, King, Adam, man, the first evolved, the triple mill of all I am, the thieving Holy Spirit, God, King, Adam, man, of all mankind's negativity to one neutral nothing. In paradise I am. You will not, you will not find any other enlightenment out than crossing one more positive, right? When you feel any negativity, only adding up to a feeling of good, bigger and better than that negativity. The negativity is nothing, man. You hear me? That's not rocket science in reality check. That's how the good God and truth of all of existence happens. And that's the actual, right? That's the actual biological way we all want to be. You hear me? But if we don't know it because we're blind to it, because we tell ourselves fairy tale lies about Osiris's faith, and we teach that Jesus is female and they bled him out to death and one neutral. It's just a bunch of hoo-ha nonsense. And all God's truth reality has been lied up. But I'll tell you what hasn't been lied up. And what isn't nonsense is what I'm telling you today. A proton, right, is the most powerful, right, force of this creation of existence. You hear me? This is a positive universe, right? And anywhere you state more positive, right, than any negativity, if you don't go splat, you can only add up, right, good until the truth of that negativity is one neutral nothing, man. You hear me? If you do, right, you can never be destroyed for that. You can never suffer out of existence. You can never decay, disintegrate, die out to one neutral nothing. It's impossible. How can you do that? Listen, if every time I feel anything negative, right, in body and mind matter, I only cross it one more positive, right, only adding up good to the truth of that negativity subtracts to one neutral nothing, how can I ever suffer out of existence, decay, disintegrate, or die of that? That doesn't happen in reality, chick, and the God Kings knew it. You hear me? And because they knew it, they were an enlightened way, you hear me, that terraformed all of creation of existence to a true sister reflection of the one God of all I am, the Son of God of all I am, with the energy of the good God and truth of all